I talked to a fireman once. This is one of the reasons it freaked me out. And he was telling me, he goes, dude, one day, he goes, it's just going to be the right wind and fire's going to start in the right place and it's going to burn through LA all the way to the ocean. And there's not a fucking thing we can do about it. I go, really? He goes, yeah, we just get lucky. He goes, we get lucky with the wind. He goes, but if the wind hits the wrong way, it's just going to burn straight through LA and there's not going to be a thing we can do about it. Because these fires are so big, dude. When they're talking about like thousands of acres that are burning simultaneously with like 40-mile-an-hour winds. And the wind's just blowing embers through the air, and those embers are landing on roofs, and those houses are going up, and they're landing on bushes, and those bushes are going up, and everything's dry. And once it happens in a way where it's so spread out that there's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can do.
You just have to evacuate, right?
Nothing they can do.
So if you don't know, a lot of people like to say that The Simpsons predict a lot of the future and upcoming events that's about to happen in the world. I'm about to show you a few photos of when they predicted the election day. This is a picture of when everyone went in to vote with their mask on. This is when someone got a call about who won the election. This is when things started happening and the world started going into destruction because the people started fighting against each other. I don't believe the date at the bottom because God says that nobody will know the day or the time that these things will happen. But God also said that he will give us signs from when the things will occur. So honestly, just pay attention to all the things that's happening in the world and stay open-minded to what you see. It's sad to say, but The Simpsons did not predict this. Everything on this episode came out of Revelations and the book of Matthew. If you read the Bible, you will know that America is Babylon. Just stay safe and keep your eyes open to the truth.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In case you're new here, my name is Maren.
And I'm Maureen. So in today's episode, we're going to be reacting to the wildfires that have been devastating California, but to be more specific, a place called Palisade.
Right, well this is happening. This has left a lot of people on the internet divided. Some people think that this is divine justice for what has been happening in Palestine, and others feel like, you know, this is a biblical prophecy coming to life, terming it as Babylon burning down.
Right, and some, of course, a fraction of people think that this is a rich person problem because the place that has been devastated is majority white rich people.
Right, so guys, I don't know what you think about this episode. We'd love to hear your thoughts and opinion on the comment section, but first let's watch and then we come back and talk about it. Remember to subscribe if it's your first time here. Let's watch.
The fires tearing through LA right now aren't just the most destructive they've ever seen, but they're also setting the stage for an insurance crisis like California has never faced before. You see, since 1988, California lawmakers have tried to forcibly create affordable home insurance by imposing price controls on insurance companies. Obviously, the companies have never really liked this, but after the 2017 and 2018 mega fires, they just started saying screw it and leaving the state entirely. The ones that have stuck around, like State Farm and Allstate, now refuse to write new policies for people in California, and thousands of homeowners have had their policies cancelled in the months before the fires even started. Actor Rob Schneider took to X today to vent his anger, saying, "F you, State Farm. Screw you and all your phony commercials. You are a pile of crap for cancelling insurance policies of Californians. I will never use State Farm insurance ever again." So what happens if you struggle to get private insurance for your home? Well, nearly 500,000 Californians are now relying on the FAIR plan, the state's insurance of last resort. But here's the catch. FAIR isn't built for the kind of disaster happening right now. One expert estimates that just the Pacific Palisades alone could see $30 billion in losses. And you want to know how much in reserves the FAIR plan has? 385 million. Not even half of 1 billion. And if FAIR runs out of money, the fallout hits every Californian, because by law, private insurance companies would have to cover the shortfall. And you can bet they'll just pass down these costs to the policy holders, or, and this is even a worst case scenario, it becomes a mass exodus of private insurers leaving the state. We are not just watching the Hollywood Hills burn right now. We are watching California's financial landscape of home insurance burn right alongside it.
Yup. I came to the realization that we cooked. We are fucking cooked. We might as well go ahead and wrap this shit up. We might as well go ahead and wrap this world up. Earth is definitely earthing. They got a full-blown blizzard in Dallas, Texas. You cannot make this shit up. And then on the other hand, we got this. Like I said, Earth is definitely earthing. Right now, it's like we on track for a record-breaking year. It look like we finna see shit that we never seen before. If you live in a Dallas area, have y'all ever witnessed snow like this before? So we had the drone incident before January. Then we had the fog. Then we had the California fire. And now we got Dallas, Texas blizzard.
In my whole entire life of seeing fires and seeing fire spread, I have never seen a fire like the fire that is going on right now in California. And honestly, it's looking very biblical. Think about it. You have the most expensive pieces of real estate being burned right now. You have cars stuck on highways. You have people losing everything right now. 80-mile-per-hour winds, which is making the fire even worse to contain. What's going on? As a human being, this is one of the most scariest things that you can see. You have people that work so hard for what they have, losing everything. And to top it off, more than 50,000 people are under evacuation order. 50,000 people. Where are 50,000 people going to immediately go? Even the mayor, Karen Bass, said that everything is predicted to get worse. Firefighters can't even stop what's going on right now. Think about all the animals that they have there, pets, things of that nature. The Pasadena Jewish temple is burnt to the ground. Pay attention.
This racist fucking bitch. Look at what she says.
Everywhere. Everywhere. The entire city of the Pacific Palisades is gone, you guys. I mean, literally my neighborhood, gone. My house tonight is still there, but I live in a different canyon. But the entire Pacific Palisades looks like, you know, unfortunately Gaza or one of these war-torn countries where awful things have happened. So, and there are fires now breaking.
This is the same woman that literally shared images of I Stand With Israel with pictures of Gaza in the background, and when people pointed out, hey, you're literally sharing images of Gaza, she deleted it and never addressed it again. The fact that you can bring up a genocide as just a point of comparison so flippantly. Oh, you know, my multi-million-dollar neighborhood as I sit here promoting my multi-million-dollar movie. You know, it feels like Gaza, you know, where civilians are literally being headshotted, where children are literally being, like, forced to eat grass. There are literal videos of cats eating dead bodies, but I'm going to promote my movie and say, you know, like Gaza or another war-torn area. I have never seen something so tone-deaf, and I've seen so much shit online. Even Pamela Anderson looks at her like, that was insane.
So by now, I'm sure that many of you have seen this video of the actor James Woods from Family Guy crying on the news because his house was burnt down in the California wildfires. And the reason that I'm sure that many of you have seen him is because of this tweet from a year ago where he said no ceasefire, no compromises, no forgiveness, kill them all, in reference to the Palestinian people.
As the smoke clears out of LA, these are the new images coming out of the Hollywood Hills and Palisades fires that happened last night. As you can see, the level of destruction is devastating. Like, these were people's entire livelihoods. Like, all of their possessions have been lost, like everything they've ever owned. So that was actually an image of Rafah. But images of Rafah, images of Gaza are the only things that come to mind when I see things like this. This is the Palisades right now, and this is Gaza, after manufactured US weapons have been dropped on it repeatedly for 15 months. The devastation that we are currently seeing in LA of entire of people becoming climate refugees, of people fleeing for their lives, that is what Palestinians have been living under for the past 15 months. Now imagine you're fleeing this kind of devastation, fires everywhere, bombs literally dropping all around you, you don't know where you are. Oh, and by the way, there's no firefighters, there's no evacuation order. You look to your left and you see cats literally eating human remains. And there are soldiers literally patrolling all the time, hell-bent on headshotting you. There are no safe spaces. You hide in a school, they bomb you. You hide in a hospital, they bomb you. And you know what the House are doing whilst LA and Gaza both burn? Voting to protect Netanyahu. Whilst everyone is distracted by a natural disaster or the president's funeral, the House voted today 243 in favour to sanction anyone associated with the ICC. And as you know, the ICC has already issued an arrest warrant for Netanyahu for crimes against humanity. But America are protecting him and any protected person in the US against any efforts to investigate, arrest or detain. Californians are literally waking up today as climate refugees. They have no home, no possession. They're living out of their cars, they're living out of their friend's house. And this is how America responds. protecting Netanyahu.
Sitting in the basement apartment I rented with you, remembering the holiday party we had with the crew.
Tonight, the Palisades fire burning homes and forcing thousands to run for their lives. The fire erupting in the Pacific Palisade foothills west of Los Angeles around 10:30 local time. Fire trucks racing to the scene, aircraft attacking it from above.
We threw everything we had at it really quick. We knew that if we didn't get it in 20 minutes, it would go to hundreds of acres.
But those efforts, no match for those devastating Santa Ana winds.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Everything is gone!
In the neighborhood where Galina Skaya had built her dream home and started a family, you can hear the anguish as she returned to find almost every house destroyed, including her own.
I shouldn't be crying because my entire block is burnt down, but God saved my house. Why are all of my neighbors, why are they in the middle of two burnt down blocks? There's one house standing, and that's mine.
Why isn't there any water coming out of the fire hydrants? Los Angeles has had 2 years of record rainfall. It hasn't rained this much year to year since the 1800s. Well, guess what? All the rain just washes into the ocean. A decade ago, California voted to spend billions on water storage and reservoirs. Today, Governor Newsom hasn't finished building a single one. They've done nothing to store water in a decade. Trump was just in California this fall and told Gavin he needed to get it together.
You have so much water, and all those fields that are right now barren, the farmers would have all the water they needed, and you could revert water up into the hills where you have all the dead forests, where the forests are so brittle, because no place is like California. I go to Austria. The head of Austria tells me, you know, we have trees that are much more flammable than what you have in California. We never have forest fires because they maintain their forests. And you have all that water that could be used to, as water, what they call water flow, where the where the land would be damp. And you'd stop many of these horrible fires.
Before Donald Trump left office, he signed an order that would funnel more water from Northern California into Southern California. Newsom, instead of saying thank you, filed a lawsuit to stop it, saying it would kill the smelt. If you don't know what a smelt is, neither did we. It's a fish, the size of your pinky. California can't get enough water to fight fires because of a stupid fish. We're saving fish instead of people.
So guys, welcome back. To be quite honest, Maren, you know, when I saw the first pictures of what the place looked like after the tragedy had occurred, I don't know why I couldn't help but remember how Gaza looks like right now, right? Because a lot of people have come out, and rightfully so, you understand them, you know, crying that they've lost everything and they don't have anything to their name right now, you know. And I do remember Gaza was once like that too, you know. People cried until, like, right now it feels like it has been normalized. The cries have been normalized. And you know what I'm thinking to myself, quite honestly, is that at least these people, it was a wild natural disaster that happened, and even at that, nobody lost their lives. At least from the reports coming out, maybe minor injuries, but 5 people lost their lives. Right, but it didn't take a lot of lives. You see, some people were saved. A lot of people were saved from the disaster. A lot of people had the option to evacuate. And you know, over there in Gaza, those people did not have a choice in going to war with whoever they're warring with. And right now, even kids lost their lives in Gaza. And okay, let's tackle the second theory of the person who was saying that it's of biblical proportions. Right now, the secretary here called Anya Hekard, she was saying that right now whatever is happening that people think the Simpsons have predicted, the Simpsons did not predict anything according to her. She feels like all that they have enacted, they have enacted from the Bible.
And also, you know, you also have to look within and ask yourself, while this is happening, these are natural disasters, yeah?
Right.
Let's talk about Babylon falling, yeah? And it's just the other day, it's still fresh in our minds, yeah? We've still not forgotten the natural disaster that occurred. And
the flood.
With the flood, exactly. People still lost properties. And let's just say America has not recovered from that. And also now you see the wildfires and you're like, I tend to feel, forgive me if it comes out wrong, but it's what you put out. What do I mean by that? America is so far ahead when it comes to industrialization. It's so much ahead with
and with this comes pollution and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So the environment, I feel like the environment is just reacting to the action that it has been given.
Yeah, and right now you'll honestly say America is the last place you want to go because of these things that are happening. Imagine someone who bought a property worth that much, millions of dollars, yeah, and probably some even took out a retirement plan and they were looking towards moving into a good neighborhood. That was their retirement plan, yeah? Only like, for this to happen.
How do those people even start? Where do they even start from? Because, you know, on TikTok, I was seeing a black creator who was saying that she lived in the part where the properties were consumed by fire. And she was saying that she couldn't help but think, much as it's being labeled as a natural disaster, what if someone somewhere caused the fire for one reason or another, because it was a prime area for, you know,
real estate.
Yes, for real estate. But you know also why I disapprove her theory is because why would you burn everything down like that? Because, you know, you're even ruining the soil if you wanted to plant or do whatever like that. But either ways, guys, I don't know which of the theories you guys can align yourself with from what we've presented today.
Yeah, but most definitely, if you are talking about end times, this surely feels like it. You know how sad it is when you look at families. Picture the lady who was talking, saying that she got into her car, took her dog and the child, and she started driving away from the area of impact, only for her to get on the road and find other abandoned cars. Now you have to abandon, you know,
the loss is ambiguous.
It's ambiguous, you know. You like literally the car. Picture someone who bought a brand new car. You're very much spending a lot of money on it and you hope to enjoy, you know, the results, the fruits of your labor, only for you to leave everything behind. This goes to show that all these things we acquire on earth is just vanity, you know.
Right.
Because she had to get out of her car and just go buy food, not knowing that this car, you might not find it there once all this disaster is gone.
Right. But whether it was divine justice or karma or religious, whatever that's going on in America, one thing I can say for sure is we all need to start respecting the environment. I think it's a big, you know, it's time for people to really start respecting the environment in terms of pollution and all of that. My point is, I feel like that is the thing that's causing all this imbalance in weather, because Dallas, Texas is snowing, California is burning.
And there's a clip of Donald Trump. He was talking about him visiting that country he visited. I don't remember the name, but if you went through that clip, yeah, he said that that country, they have the kind of trees that are more flammable compared to what is there in California. Yet they've never had cases
even
of
a single fire,
wildfires, because of how they do their maintenance and everything. And I'm like, yeah, if Donald Trump is aware of this, why can't their government implement such things where even if a wildfire occurs, yeah, it doesn't cause this much devastation?
I feel like since they're throwing blame games all over the place, the person who should be blamed the most is the person who came up with the project to route water to go and save the fishes. Fishes that are smaller than my pinky. Okay, but even if we decided to eat this fish, you know, you can't be fooled from fishes that are the size of my pinky.
And the funny thing is, human nature, you're blaming the person who routed the water to go save the fish. But I'm telling you, if it happened the other way and something happened to those little fishes, people would still have a problem with it. They're becoming out saying that those fishes, if they're edible, I don't know if they're the type of to be eaten, but they were saving them for some reason, right? So let me assume,
you know, let
me assume they can be eaten, yeah. So people would be saying, now we are lacking food because you didn't put enough water
for the fishes to
save the little fishes. They could have provided food, So either way, somebody always has to be blamed for all of these things.
No, but if they didn't need to touch that routing source, they should have just left everything how it was.
Yeah, but guys, can you talk about how serious this is, that such a calamity can occur and the fire department, they don't have enough water to put this kind of fire out.
I hope after this incident anyway,
preparations will be made differently.
Preparations will be made differently, and those in charge of passing these policies, or in case of disasters like this, will get their act together and pull together to come up with better policies for their citizens.
But people never learn.
So guys,
this will happen. They will forget and move forward until again another instance occurs for them to start thinking again about how to make situations better.
True. So guys, let us know what you think about this episode. Also consider subscribing if you're new to our channel, and we'll see you on our next episode.